All right, let's finish our week with phonics. We you should have we will do our phonics page. You should have this page out to review everything that we did, and I'll go over your handwriting pages. Next week we'll talk about vacations, and you'll actually make a little book about fishing, hopscotch, and I think Hopper go on a trip. Look ahead here, little fishing trip. Um, but yeah, we'll talk about um, like the beach, stuff like that. So this week we learned all about the desert. Next week, you have only one more book to read to me next week, the hardest one. Next week's book is The Raindrops, and it's a collection of poems. That's going to be your hardest book you read um, next week. Okay, so, well, let's first get this. You know what? Let me first show you your other things you have to do, then we'll complete this. Let's do it that way. How about that? So, handwriting page, worksheet 27. Mother is a good cook. I can see the star now. Is this a star? Yeah. He will plow the ground. Okay. So you got that to do. Make sure I get a picture of this so I can grade it. Your other handwriting is the little cowboy, cow, boy, and then your compound word, cowboy. Make sure you color him. So that's your other handwriting page for today. And your comprehension reading test. That's our story this week. You don't have to cut any and glue anything. Can you believe that? You're just going to color the picture. So you color each picture. And you're looking at each picture. We have Mom up here and Abby. You're going to write under each picture if it's something Mom would do or Abby would do. You're going to write their name. The directions say color the pictures, write Mom on the lines for two things the mother can do, and write Abby on the lines for two things that a girl can do. So there's two things for Mom and two things for Abby. And you'll just write Mom or Abby. Okay, that one's pretty easy. Next week's um, reading test is really tough. It was with rhyming words, but you're seeing pictures, and every student has always had trouble on next week's gonna be your toughest reading book and your toughest reading test next week. That'll be your final one you take, huh? The last one you take be the hardest one, huh? So you got this to do, your handwriting to do, and let's move on to our let's check page. Make sure you write your name, your phonics test. Tilt this a little bit so you can see. Remember, I'm not writing answers because this is a test. So write your name and I will read you the directions and we'll talk about it. I know they're using a purple crayon. I do not want you using a purple crayon in case if you make a mistake because it is a test. So please use your pencil to fill in the answer. The directions say color the circle by the correct word. Well, use your pencil, please, to fill in the dot. This will also help you for next year because we didn't get to do our testing this year. Next year, when you do testing. So, this, you know, look at your three words. Most of them in these I saw rhyme. So, if you read all three of these, you should know what this is. It's not a boat, but it's what? Okay. Everybody should know what this is. If you look at your words here, you should be able to figure out which one that is. Everyone knows what this is. These all have long A's in them when you say those words, long A's. So fill in the dot for that one. Now, this one, these also, look, these rhyme with these. See, you go AKE, AKE. So these all have long A's. What is the little boy doing with his mom? What are they doing there? That's what you're looking at what they're doing. If you read all these words, you should be able to figure it out. We all know what this is. So put Fill in the dot for that one. You should know what this is. Fill in the dot for that one. And this picture also, you should know what this is. Now, if there's anything that you're not sure of, or if you don't ever understand what I'm telling you, please ask your mom or dad, whoever's helping you with your work right now. Always ask questions. Okay. And then this last picture, it's not an ice cream cone. If you read all these words, you should try to figure out what we had this one too. What is this? This is, remember I counted, there was 5 scoops on there. It makes it really what? 5 scoops makes the ice cream cone what? So you should be able to get that one. You should be able to read all these words. We learned those this week. All right, turn your page over. Here, I'm going to look at your picture clues, but let me just tell you something. I'll read the first one. It says, I like to look at they have took book, and they have book done for you. So he's looking at a book in the picture. Now this one has a sun, but if you look at both of these words, neither one of them is sun. So you need to make sure you read your sentence and it tells you what kind of sun is it. So you got to figure out, remember IGHT on the end. IGHT is it. Help you a little bit with that one. So try to figure out what they're saying about the sun. This picture too, also, it's a dog, but neither one of these words is dog. So what is the dog doing in the picture? Look at that. That's what you want to look for, the answer for that one. Okay. This picture, it's a picture of a little boy, but what is he doing? These words have long E's. Sound them out with a long E. It's a long E. Remember, a long vowel says its name. So long E says E. So when you're sounding that out, what are those words? Read your sentence to see which one will fit in there. And then this last picture, look at the boy's face. You want to look at what's on his face. And if you read these 2 words, you should be able to figure it out. Okay? Looking at his face. Make sure your parents take pictures of this, your handwriting, and your reading test. And I get them today so I can grade them. Hopefully you did well on that. You should be able to. There's a lot that we read. Next we'll do math. We're going to work some more on our graphs. So I'm going to review our dot patterns. We'll also throw some Spanish in there, practicing with our colors. And we'll do our graphs. We won't do too much for math. Kind of an easy Friday today, because next Friday is going to be a tough Friday with all the last bit of stuff that you're doing. So get your math pages out next, and we'll get our math done, okay?